For today's local history, I traveled to Morris, Illinois, which is a little less than an hour southwest of Bennett. Very easy highway driving. Take I-55 south to Interstate 80, about 15 miles west on I-80, and the sites that you're about to see are located in downtown Morris, just a few miles south of the highway. I am here on Jefferson Street in downtown Morris, outside of the old Bell's Laboratories building. We're here in 1960. The first electronic switching telephone system was tested and used in a trial period before it was expanded to the entire nation. Today when we make a phone call, it automatically just goes through, but prior to this system being used, someone manually had to transfer the call to the correct line, usually a telephone operator. So the very first system was tested here. Prior to electronic telephone switching, this was done manually by telephone switching operators, which usually operated in most towns. When you make a call, actually you often shared a phone line with your neighbors. You would talk to the operator who would then switch your phone call to the line, whether it was a local call or a long distance. With today's modern technology, including digital and wireless communications, it's easy to take for granted the basis where this technology came from. And this plaque here in downtown Morris is a reminder to the not-so-distant past where something that we take for granted today, seamless, automatic, was once manual. Also, about 5 miles from where I'm standing is the Dresden nuclear power plant, which is where I'm almost certain all of your electricity comes from and powers most of the Chicagoland area. And that is about 5 miles away. I'll put some graphics and other information about that power plant up on the screen as well. And here is the Dresden power plant on a map. Again, not very far from Bennett or Chicago, and this nuclear power plant powers most of northeastern Illinois. Here's a photograph of the power plant from the 1970s. It is pretty much fully in use. The building that kind of looks like a globe there was deactivated a few decades ago, but this, again, is still in use today. Downtown Morris, Morris itself, Illinois, population just under 15,000. A lot going on here, nuclear power and telecommunications. About 10 miles east of downtown Morris was a Native American burial site known as Briscoe Mounds. Decided to check it out on my way home. As you can see, massive crowds here, huge parking lot. And as I entered the actual area, I don't know if this was the mound or not, there really wasn't anything marked. The river had flooded with all of the rain this past week. Wasn't really sure where I was going, but at some point, it's believed about between the years 1000 and 1200 AD, so 800 to 1000 years ago, Native Americans thrived along the river valleys here, not too far away to our southwest from Bennett Academy. If you are interested in local Native American history, I definitely encourage you to check out Briscoe Mounds. While it's not something you might spend a ton of time at, it definitely gives you a greater appreciation for the cultures and people who lived here before we did.